Hey guys, Robin, Next Gen Writer here again. I want to do another quick video on the Chigee AIO-6. For those of you that don't know, this is the new product, 6-inch display, and so much more coming from Chiggy in the motorcycle writing system space. So they've been dropping a lot of posts recently talking about the features that are coming out on the AIO-6. There's some videos out there. They got their marketing page up. I encourage you to check it out. But in these posts, people always come back with two questions. One, when's it going to be available? And two, how much is it going to cost? So as far as when, the Kickstarter campaign is up but not active. They've posted that it's going to go active either late March, and we're at 29 March already, or early April. So that tells me pretty much any day now. I'm set up for notifications. I went ahead and did the VIP membership, so I'm watching for it. As soon as it happens, I'm going to pull the trigger, see how quick we can get a unit. So now the next question on pricing. Chiggy's been pretty coy. Really haven't talked about pricing a whole lot, but let's see what we can find out. Okay, to refresh, here's the Chiggy Kickstarter page. We're in a launching soon mode, and somewhere here it says, yeah, pre-orders are expected to begin from late March to early April, with deliveries estimated between May and June. So, I think sometimes they've slipped on this a little bit, so hopefully they've been realistic and not too optimistic, and maybe we can get our hands on units this summer. So let's take a look and see what we can figure out on pricing. So if you go to Google and do a site search, I did a site search, chiggy.com, and just tagged a couple of keywords, AIO-6 and LTE, and it brings up these pages that are published but not in the menus for Chiggy. And there's a few of them, so let's run through them and see what they have. Now, we have to assume this pricing is tentative at this point. These pages are not accepting orders, obviously, but it gives us an idea how much this thing's going to cost. Now, before I start going through the pricing, I'm going to tell you, as I evaluated the identified capabilities that were going to be deployed on the Chigee AIO-6, and understanding that they were going to do this a la carte pricing or packages where you have to kind of buy everything separately and assemble your package, I was guessing for a comparable or a fully featured system that has all the main features that we're looking for that may have been existing in, say, the AIO-5. We put that together in an AIO-6 technology package, and I was thinking that was going to be about $1,000. So let's see how close I was. So we're going to jump over, and here is the page that lists pretty much all the AIO-6 kit. And we'll start going through them one by one. Here's the Max writing system. So this is going to be the non-LTE capable system. It's not going to have cellular connectivity and give you all those app-driven features. It's just going to be the base system, if you will. 6-inch 2000 nit AIO-6 Max, $490 US is where they have this priced right now, pre-launch. So now for the LTE 4G system, it's $100 more. They have that priced right now tentatively at $590 for the display. And I'm kind of assuming that the base kits for either LTE 4G or the Max have some kind of standard mechanical mounting system. So you can get it mounted on the bar with a ball mount clamp and powered up and working on your motorcycle. But it doesn't really tell us a whole lot about kit inclusions. I searched for the PDF manual. That is not up yet. So there we have it, $490 for a Max, $590 for a 4G capable LTE system. Next, we have the mounts. So there's a BMW quick release mount for the AIO-6, $105. And then we have the CG quick release module. That would be your more universal mount for non-BMW motorcycles. So it looks pretty interesting. It looks like it's an amps pattern, so it's going to provide some flexibility to use various types of mounts. But $105, same price as the BMW mount. So next we have the cameras. So they've stepped up to a 60 frame per second camera for the AIO-6, and the cameras are $179 a pop. So not real cheap on the cameras. If we compare that to the Chigee AIO-5 replacement cameras, those were $69. So more than double there. They're really, putting some margin in on the cameras, I feel. Being a 60 frame per second camera, it's probably still a Sony IMX307 CMOS image sensor, but they would have to upgrade the ISP. They were probably using a 1080 30 frame per second ISP, and probably had to change that and reconfigure the camera to get the 60 frames per second. So $179 per camera. Next we have TPMS. So it looks like it's the same legacy TPMS sensor, so it's going to be $94 for a pair of external TPMS. There is this item here that I don't fully understand. It's anti-theft lock for the CG quick release. Obviously the BMW would have that built into the BMW mount. So if you want that anti-theft capability, it's going to take another part. And that part is right now priced at $49 pre-launch. And let's see, let's go over here and I'll just kind of browse. So there's a bar mount quick release available for $175. That seems a bit steep. Protective frame from AIO-6. I think there's some deals on that if you avail of the VIP membership. Protective storage case, $39. And the OBD wireless module, I think that's going to be the same as the legacy AIO-5 module. $109. Adapter cables if you need it. CGRC can for Wonder Wheel. And then the wireless remote, it looks like they're going to keep that compatible with AIO-6, and that's going to be $98. And then we got our screen protector at $24, stem mounts if you need it, bar mounts, and then a silicone protective case, or cover rather. So what does this look like? I'll bring up my spreadsheet here, and I've kind of done some math here. So for a detachable system, a Chigee AIO-6 with front and back cameras, the quick release detachable, as I mentioned, a screen protector, getting OBD, adding some TPMS sensors if you need them. Now, a lot of bikes won't need that. They'll have the factory TPMS. And then a wireless remote. And then one other thing I didn't mention is, or I don't see yet on the website, is they're coming out with a new blind spot detection capability, which is going to be 77 gigahertz millimeter wave radar. So that doesn't appear on the website yet. Alien Rider makes millimeter wave radar for their unit, and they have it priced, I think it was like $99. Prices have been going up since all this trade tariff stuff's been happening. So prices on Chiggy's raised their prices, Alien Riders raised their prices. So I'm just guessing. I think a radar module's probably going to price out somewhere in the $150 range, plus or minus. I think that's where it would need to be. So when you do the math, that system with the Max is about $1,428. And then when you leverage the 15% discount on the accessories, you can push that down to about $1,287, or almost $1,300 for the Max kit. And then when you start talking about the LTE, basically you're just adding $100, so you're $1,528 for that package, or about $1,387 with the discounts. and you can kind of play with these numbers and carve out, what you want, what you don't want. If you don't want a remote, you can save $100 there. But pretty much it's a little bit higher than I expected. So we're going to be at the around $1,200-$1,300 mark for a fully featured Chigee AIO-6 system. And I kind of thought they would try to get this thing somewhere around $1,000. So it's a lot of capability. It's very good feature set, but it's going to cost some dollars. It's going to be an investment. So there you have it. Kind of a peek under the hood, what I was able to figure out in the behind the scenes on the website. With, again, this is unofficial pricing. We can't hold Chiggy to this. They haven't published anything. They haven't launched. But I would imagine these prices are pretty close to what we can expect. Anyway, thanks for watching.